I know, I'm late and I'm sorry to keep you all waiting. My cousin was visiting all the way from Dubai and I had zero time for writing because our days were jam-packed with activities. Dios mio. Who in God's name was chopping onions in my theater? If an animated film makes you slightly indignant that no tissues were offered to moviegoers at the door prior to showtime, then the film must have done something right. And by something right, I don't mean artificial, labored, emotional manipulation of young viewers. I speak of virtuoso, thematically potent storytelling that treats cinema goers with copious amounts of respect. Coco is quite possibly Pixar's greatest triumph since Toy Story 3, and you would all be doing yourselves a great disservice if you did not take some time out of your day to witness this delightful piece of work. Despite a family ban on music, 12-year-old Miguel Rivera has an unbridled passion for it and idolizes Ernesto de la Cruz, a widely venerated dead musician. The ban stems from Miguel's great-great-abuela Imelda, who was abandoned by her musician husband and left to raise a daughter all on her own. Determined to prove his prowess in a local talent show on Dia de los Muertos, Miguel steals de la Cruz's guitar and ends up being flung into the land of the dead, where he meets his ancestors and a charming swindler named Hector. With only till dawn to leave the land with a family blessing or be trapped forever with the dead, Imelda offers to send Miguel home. However, Miguel instead pursues Ernesto de la Cruz in the belief that he shares an extraordinary connection with him. Words on their own cannot convey the sheer relief that I am experiencing on account of the direction that the story took. No tired follow your dreams claptrap for this guy, no siree Bob. Thanks to a splendidly authored, multi-layered script, well-defined characters, and a complex but entirely coherent plot laden with surprises both pleasant and the opposite, Coco tells one hell of a coming-of-age tale steeped in Mexican culture. As human beings, we give a colossal volume of reverence to luminaries and brilliant minds, with their contributions to the world leaving behind an unwavering legacy that practically serves as an impetus for passionate and highly ambitious artists of all kind worldwide. I believe Coco asks viewers to juxtapose this fact with family, as the film's linchpin is a heartwarming moral about keeping our loved ones in remembrance long after they have croaked and passing on their tales for generations to come. As John Negroni of Relevant Magazine puts it, this particular message affiliates itself quite well with the cultural tenets of the Mexican holiday that is Dia de los Muertos. Coco is a cautionary fable about the hazards of being overly ambitious and driven solely by personal desire. It profoundly critiques the cliche of following your dreams at any cost within the framework of a long-lasting impact that our choices have on others. Thank you, John Negroni. That's a really nice way of putting it. This type of complex storytelling is how you make an animated film that people from all walks of life can appreciate, so job well done. As for the visuals, it appears that the sky is the limit with Pixar, as every triumph they conjure up proves to be an even more spellbinding encounter in the aesthetic department than its predecessor. And I dare say that Coco just might replace Inside Out in that regard. The animation team's unmitigated attentiveness to detail is a staggering feat of precision work, signifying the long trek towards non-live action perfection since the advent of CGI. The Land of the Dead is an interminably effervescent metropolis, ever so mounting in scope and constructed as if from the gray matters of 1,000 brilliant architects under the influence of psychedelics endorsed by Jim Morrison himself. The rather dim background is supplemented by the vivid, ebullient luminosity of the city's lights, giving the impression of an unremitting nighttime shindig, a never-amending amalgam of spirited merrymaking and placid relaxation with your loved ones. As a gentleman of Lebanese origin, this connected with me on a personal level. Like Mexico, Lebanese culture also revolves around family. Some of the greater nights of my life spent with family and friends took place in the vigor-laden confines of the capital city Beirut and the serenity of Fareya, a town situated on the mountains overlooking the city. The Land of the Dead is pretty much how I imagine an urban afterlife with those I hold dear to me would look like, so kudos to the guys at Pixar for giving it the dazzling grandeur it so rightly deserved. Gems like Coco are the reason my faith in animated films remains unscathed despite an increase in the number of pretty-looking but rather shallow pieces of animation over the years. Pixar, Hayao Miyazaki and the like, for the most part they allow their characters, thematic work, and storytelling acumen to radiate as incandescently as the stunning visuals accompanying the aforementioned crucial elements of filmmaking. Coco is a cohesive, hilarious, heartfelt, and all-around sincere and passionate masterwork that can be placed in the top tier of Pixar's filmography. To my friends and family, Coco has the Rami Nofel stamp of approval, so pretty please drag yourselves to the theater if you have to. So I'm gonna give Coco a 9. So these are my thoughts on Coco. What did you think of the film? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like what I do, give me a like, hit that big subscribe button, stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one.